wake in the morning, your muscles kind of unclench and go back. The blackness is kind of faded and your strength restores to you, so your strength is back up to its original. You wake around dawn with the town at your disposal and a general direction of which way to head. So, what do you guys want to do?
All right. Well, I'm gonna go toward the temple to Adelchi.
Slowly, eventually, you guys make your way to the temple, ready for a day of travel.
Ward? Good morning.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, just saying good morning.
Why do you keep calling me Ward?
It is during battle time, it's good to have a ward in a group, someone that you can depend on, and of this makeshift group, that happens to be you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, good morning.
Dwarf, good morning.
Yeah, whatever.
Now, Bosk, was it?
Yep.
Yesterday was a intense day, as I'm sure we can all appreciate. And although I don't agree with many of your choices, we do have a unified goal. And after communing with the clerics, the gods opened a way to show me that given your aim, we may be able to at least be civil. So I extend a welcome hand to you.
I'm just gonna stand there with a dropped jaw and watch.
I say nothing really.
I literally have my hand out ready to shake yours, and you just look at me.
Yep.
I suggest shaking my hand.
Reluctantly, I do so.
I'm sure you can understand by your hesitance that this isn't something that I would like, and as far as everything goes, again, still not alright with anything, but the priest saw what you did yesterday and told me to give you the benefit of the doubt, so reluctantly I'm doing so. Just like to be honest, it's very reluctantly, but I don't think we have any choice here.
No, I'm stuck with yous anyway, so might as well be on good terms.
Although I shake his hand and I'm trying this, you could just tell on my face, like it's just like pure disgust on my face of just like, fuck.
Goes both ways, bud.
So we should probably go to this farm. If they left any tracks, I might be able to pick up the trail.
As I
see where it takes.
This isn't the way I would usually like to be heading, as it goes against my current main quest, but I guess I have no other option than to tag along with you, bloke.
Money is money, dwarf.
Yes, but my main quest is of more personal importance. Is of more personal. We all have personal stuff going on, dwarf.
There is nothing more important than protecting the sanctity of the gods.
There's a lot more, considering that's all hocus pocus bullshit.
Pardon?
You heard what I said. I don't think you stuttered.
Just take one big step towards the short dwarf, literally staring down at his small body. Like standing directly over him.
What you gonna do?
My shield is bigger than you are. I will crush you with it.
And I step between the both of you, being 6'8", and tell you to back off. Let me fucking bite his kneecaps. I want to get at him.
Religion isn't something we should be fighting over. We should be fighting
For it.
the bad guys.
Yes, the heretics. Let us go, dwarf, watch your mouth.
This doesn't change what I think.
Let us go.
Alright, as you guys very tensely set off in the general direction of where the guard had talked about the farm. It takes you about an hour's travel. I assume you're traveling on foot unless you wanted to buy or rent.
God gave me legs.
Alright. So you guys are traveling out on foot. Takes you about an hour, but you make your way out to the farm. It's a relatively small farm, not super big. Probably for hay for the horses and cattle that live in the nearby region. But there's a farmer who's out kind of working the field, and as he sees you, he lifts his head and kind of waves and calls, "Are you the gods out tracking down those people that came here?"
Aye.
He kind of wipes the sweat off his brow and comes walking towards you. He has a big scythe in his hand. He comes walking towards you and... "Well, took you long enough here."
There was an issue at the temple. We came as quickly as we could.
Well, that's a shame. Is everyone alright?
Unfortunately not, but we were able to quell it before more people got hurt.
Well, that's a damn shame. Well, I guess if you're here to hear what I have to say. There were two strange people. I was out here working late, and all of a sudden, right in the middle of my field, trampling some of my good crop, just out of nowhere, these two people just appeared through this weird door.
A door, you say?
Weird door that it was only there for a few seconds, but they stepped through it together, and then they saw me and took off running.
Interesting.
Well, I thought it was a little bit suspicious that they were just in the middle of my field, plus they were trespassers. So I got on my horse and I took off after them. One of them turned around with a crossbow and shot my horse right in the leg.
Heresy.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. They weren't necessarily screaming about how much they hated the gods, but they did shoot my horse. She was a good horse.
Yes. Tall one.
Yeah.
Does this sound like your culprits?
Yeah, I guess so. With the portal gate and everything.
Hmm.
Can you show me where they ran off, the direction they ran off to, and where?
Well, right now it's pretty easy to see. Look! And he points back over his shoulder, and there's a pretty good section that's just been, trampled through his crop, where two people took off running without any care,
Like a path?
taking care of the crops. It's a pretty clear path, but you're not sure how far it continues.
Can I try to pick up a track and follow?
Yeah, go ahead and make a survival check.
20.
Nice. You're definitely able to pick up a trail, and as he kind of waves you off on your way to help track them down, they're incredibly easy to follow until you hit the edge of when the high wheat grasses kind of stop and the trail slows down, but you're still able to keep up easily enough with the trail. And you follow it for good half of the afternoon. You're able to keep up on it. And they're staying off of the main roads, but moving kind of parallel to them. Like, they are moving in a direction, but they don't want to be easily identified, necessarily, on the main road. Especially knowing that there were witnesses to what they did, they're staying off of the main road. So you follow it for about half the morning. Go ahead and make another survival check to see if you can keep up on the trail.
Is this, are we in woods for?
Nope, it's kind of just rolling plains where you guys
Okay.
are right now.
14.
After about half of the morning, their trail starts to veer back toward the main road. And you kind of lose the trail, and you can tell that it goes onto the main road, but after that, you're not able to pick out. There are too many footprints on the main road for you to necessarily track which ones are theirs. But you know that they at least started traveling on the main road for a while.
I'll pass that information to the group.
So do you guys want to keep traveling on the main path? What do you guys want to do?
Ward, have you lost the trail?
I have. There's just too many footprints here. We know that they were heading in this direction and on the main road, but I don't have any good tracks to follow here.
Yeah, I'm not sensing anything either. I'm not sure. Dwarf, what do you think?
I think we really should keep following this main road. I mean, eventually we'll come to another town and maybe we can find some more information.
Ward, what do you think?
Bosk, do you obviously you weren't looking for these people from what you said yesterday? Do you have any idea of anything that they would have done? Any movements they might?
Well, last I knew, one of the two were tracking the Dragonborn. It works with a guild of thieves, so what they'll be doing most likely would be for money, where they could sell something that they could have taken from the temple. I don't know.
Seems about
No
right.
clue.
We could try to follow these tracks to the or this road to the next town and see. Does anybody have any way of, I don't know, contacting the thieves?
I've been shunned from my clan lands, and that's where they're based. So,
Well, let's go to the next town and maybe ask around and see if anybody can see if they've seen them. If we pass anybody on the road, we could see. I mean, the trail's a little cold. We waited a long time to follow, but that's my suggestion: is keep moving.
I think that's a good
Yeah, I
idea.
guess.
The door.
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright, so if you guys are staying on the... And I assume, are you moving at a normal pace, a fast pace? Like, what kind of a pace are you moving at?
While they were following me, I would have been moving at a fast pace, but at least brisk, knowing that we're pretty far behind the trail.
Traveling at a normal speed, not super brisk, so you guys are able to keep an eye out for things and move slot 2 days, the next major town.
How
You
many?
said 2 days?
4 days. Approximately, if you're moving at a normal pace.
That's far.
Yeah. We'll have to camp. Do you guys know how to?
I got rations on me, so I should be good.
I've got rations as well, and can
Yeah, I
make
do
a
as
camp.
well. I have a bedroll and all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll travel it on foot since somebody's gods gave them legs. We didn't need a horse.
Would we still be able to go
They're
back, grab a
testing
horse?
us. They're testing us.
Yeah, actually, how far out are we right now? How long are?
Well, it's been only an afternoon, right?
Yeah, it's about mid-afternoon at this point that you guys have been following this trail when you hit the main road and lose sight of individual foot. So if you wanted to turn back and head back towards Cheville, you could probably rent it.
I mean, keep in mind, I'll defer to the group on this, but keep in mind that the longer we go with this cold trail, the colder the trail gets.
I say we soldier on, but that is my opinion. I am only but one man of 3 men.
I reckon we should just go grab some horses.
I vote to keep moving.
Alright, so
Just need Gilbert's vote, and he's away.
I'm back. Alright, what are we voting on?
We're gonna go back to the town to get horses, or are we gonna keep going?
Half a day back to the town to get horses, or continue on for 4 days.
How quick would the horse journey be if we went back and then went?
It would take you about 2.5 days moving in a normal pace on horseback.
We would
So it'd be-
maybe save a day.
Yeah, not even actually.
Yeah,
half
I
a
say
day-
we just
half
keep
the-
going.
It'd
Yeah,
be
let's-
3.5 days. It'd be half.
yeah, alright.
Let's just keep going.
Alright. Do I sound less like a robot now?
Yep.
Yep,
ma'am.
that's
Okay.
perfect.
Wanted to make sure it got fixed. You guys spend the rest of the night traveling, walking, hoping that you might see signs of a trail, but at this point, being on the main road, there's too much foot traffic and wagon traffic and horse traffic that it's hard to pick out individual footprints. But you spend the rest of the night traveling and make camp. Easily enough, find a nice stream to refresh yourselves, splash some cold water on your faces. Who wants to take the first watch of the night?
I will.
Alright, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Before he does that, I'm presuming that the group would make that decision. And I have a feeling that it would make more sense for Malvis or I to do that.
However
just
you
saying,
guys
yeah.
want to take watch, it is up to you.
I was volunteering, so if someone wants to do it,
Well, it's
why
just
not?
we've got a tracker and somebody who can sense incoming danger.
sure. Yeah.
Ward, what do you think? You or I?
I mean, I can take first watch.
Okay, you take first watch. I will take second.
Alright, so Matt, let's go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
14.
14. You keep an eye out, keep an ear out, sitting by the fire, watching it kind of burn down to embers. Nothing catches your attention and your watch passes uneventfully.
Is it midnight by the time, or does midnight roll around while I'm...
Yes, it does. It's about coming to towards the end of your watch. It's around midnight.
All right. Well, while I'm doing my watch, I'm gonna pull out a bunch of candles and light them, and pull out my pocket watch and just watch it for a second, and then put it away and close my eyes, and then blow out the candles. And takes
All right.
about 15 minutes to do all.
How's that about?
You take a moment to complete this, to do your nightly ritual, and continue on your watch until you realize it's about time to wake Adelchi for his watch.
I'll go wake up Odelchi.
Alright, Adelchi, go ahead and roll a perception check.
18.
18. You keep an eye out, and you occasionally use your divine sense to search for anything that might ping as evil. But the night passes relatively uneventfully till about 4 o'clock in the morning. Nothing catches your attention. Do you guys want to make one more watch, or spend the next couple hours of rest unwatched?
Can I just do the next couple hours myself?
Sure.
Dangerous.
Well, I only
You
did
will-
3 hours.
That is true. Alright, go ahead, roll one more perception check.
16.
About
16. The only thing you see is you see a couple of large bird-like creatures that fly overhead.
Do I
You kind
sense
of
either
watch
good or
them.
evil?
Nope, nothing evil or particularly good about them. But as you kind of watch them, they land a ways off from where you're sitting, and they're too far away for you to make out the details, but whatever flying creatures they were big. But nothing, they didn't notice you when they didn't land and try to attack, so the rest of your watch passes uneventfully, and you guys wake, well rested, and ready for another day of travel.
Go, bitches.
Gucci.
All right, let's move.
Alright.
So is this the point where we describe how we walk?
Yeah, what does your gait look like? Do you limp a little bit? Do you...
I walk with strength, brothers.
I would not have expected anything less.
I walk fairly briskly, as fast as my little short legs can take me.
I think Malvis is in front, so wouldn't he set the pace, technically?
Yeah, I guess I would.
Yeah, but he's got big strides. So.
We'll run, bitch.
Yeah, no matter what, he's jogging at a minimum.
I pick up Gilbrek and carry him.
How heavy are dwarves?
He is a monk, so he doesn't have any armor.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
he's
he's a
not
short
super
little
buff
fat guy, isn't he?
Yeah,
Oh, he only
tiny.
has 70 pounds of weight on him, though.
Yeah, he's good.
Never
How
mind,
heavy
yeah.
am I, though? Wait, how heavy is my...
It tells you, actually, if you go to your equipment, it'll
yeah.
tell you how much
Weight carried, and then if you go to
much you're
description, all, you can see how much you weigh. Like,
So
your
weight
person.
carried is 69.
Yeah. And then description, all, and in the bottom right, without scrolling, is your character's weight.
If you put one, yeah.
What is description? 200 pounds. So 269 pounds.
Yeah, I'm like 400 pounds, so you're probably Gucci.
I'm 3'6".
Do I have to roll anything, or can I just pick him up?
Go ahead and roll a strength check, just for the hell of it.
Alright, so it's d20 minus 1.
Minus?
Yeah, he's
Yep.
very strong.
Gangly bastard.
2.
I am too.
What?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Christ.
fuck. You're gonna
You
drop
just got a hernia.
You're only able to carry him for about half an hour before you're like, okay, God, I can't do it anymore. My arm is cramping. I'm kind of... This hurts, and you have to put him down.
Yeah, okay.
It's a thought that counts, mate.
Boss
It was a nice rest for you, though, Gilbrick. You kind of took a little bit of a nap. You dozed off before he's like, okay, I can't do it anymore, and puts you on the ground. You've got to keep speed
view.
walking to keep up with the rest of the group.
Good view about
Gilbrick
what?
Gilbrick
7
has
feet,
a
isn't it?
faster walking speed than all of us.
Yeah, by an extra like 5 feet.
Where you would expect the dwarf to have to struggle to keep up with you, he's actually he could easily outpace all of you, and it throws you a little bit. You're like,
You
what?
dick.
Yeah.
Just let me carry you for half an hour.
He just gave
You want
a
me to pick
hernia.
you up? Yeah, actually, go ahead.
You lazy fuck.
Okay, does anything eventful happen in this entire day of walking?
Starting around dusk, you see kind of on the eastern side of the road, a couple miles down the road, you do see like a pillar of smoke that's just drifting up.
Do you see that, brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I do see.
The smoke that way.
Is it in the same direction as the path? Like, is it in the same direction of the road, or is it a different way?
It looks like it's probably a couple of miles off the road, but in the general direction that you guys are walking.
Do I know the area?
You would loosely know.
Like, would I
Go ahead
know
and
what
make
town that is?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
16.
Nice.
The smokestack definitely doesn't look as though something is, like, on fire. It looks like it's probably just smoke that's coming out of a chimney. And you do know that there are random houses that are kind of scattered along the road. Houses that farmers and hermits and kind of antisocial folk live in.
Is there a temple or monastery there?
Not to your knowledge.
Which is something I presume I would know.
You would know, and from what you can recall, there's nothing there that would be a temple or a monastery.
Thoughts on that, Smoke?
We could try sneaking over there and just seeing what it is. I mean, do you know what?
Yeah, it's a small village of outcast farmers and small time peasants. I don't even know if the faith even makes its way out this far, so I'm indifferent.
I mean, we could see if they saw anything at the least. One of us could go over there. Probably best if it's, no offense, Adelchi, but probably best if it's not you.
How about the tall one?
You would probably know better than us if they're going to be.
Yeah, that might also be a
happy
bad
to see
idea.
them,
I
Dwarf?
was completely zoned out. What were we talking about?
We are contemplating going to see the hermit farmers, and we were contemplating sending you, but they will not like you. So I presume we send the dwarf.
Yeah, my charisma isn't too good either.
Why am I being voluntold for this?
I'll go. I'll go.
Yeah, there's a reason that my nickname is Silver Tongue.
Yeah. I just start walking towards the pillar of smoke, and when I get close, I would like to kind of sneak up and get eyes from the outside before I try to move.
I'm presuming we're sort of at like a crossroads, like he's kind of like taking the left to go down to this town and we're kind of like at the fork in the road.
It's not necessarily so much of a path, like a road, as it is just kind of a weathered path, and like the people have traversed it, so the grass has been trampled, but it's not so much of like an actual road.
Right.
So, yes, go shoot.
I suggest the other three, like, hey, why don't we just hunker down here, not on the path, a little bit in the bush along the beaten path that Mavlis is going down, so that he knows where to come back to.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thoughts, gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm good at hiding. Sounds good.
I guess I'll go along with your plan.
All right.
Alright, Mavlis, go ahead as you get closer. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check first.
Jeez, 12.
And then a perception check.
A fucking 11. I should have stayed in general.
As you get closer, you realize it's not so much of like an actual village, as this is probably a collection of small farmers, and this is just the closest house to the road. you don't see any other houses, but you see one kind of almost ramshackle hut and a barn beside it. And you don't see much, except behind the barn, from your perspective, you do see a figure, too far away to make out the details. He's in this large pen, this large gated area, dealing with some kind of large, fuzzy beasts.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and walk over.
All right.
And,
Are you being sneaky?
No, I'm actually I'm gonna quietly walk, but I'm not gonna say I'm sneaking. I just want to get an eye on the animals that he's having or that he's dealing with and see if he's having any before I fully walk up to the guy. So yeah, I guess I'm stealthing a little.
All right. As you kind of creep closer, you get close enough that you can see the kind of animals that he's dealing with. And you think it's kind of strange that he has fuzzy Highland cows. Like the long-haired, really cute-faced, horned cow. And it kind of strikes you as odd. While it snows in this region, it's not quite cold enough, most of the time, for Highland cows. And you kind of pause for a second and look. And he looks over his shoulder and sees you, and immediately starts reaching for a crossbow that he has pinned on his back. And as he turns, you see that he is an orc. Not even a half-orc, but an orc. And as he pulls his crossbow and aims it at you, what do you want?
I just put my hands up away from my weapons, and I say, I saw the fire, I was passing by, I saw the smoke, and I've never been through here. And I was curious, and I'm actually really curious about your cows.
You want to mess with my cows?
No, I don't want to mess with your cows. I'm curious why they're here.
What do you mean why they're here? They're my cows!
Yeah, but it's warm. It's not cold, and they're typically in cold areas. Look, are you having? Actually, did I see that he's having trouble with his cows, or he's just like chilling and dealing?
It seems like he's just chilling with them. Like, there didn't seem to be any issue that he was having. He was just having a good time in the pen with his cows, just maybe feeding them or filling up their water.
I apologize. I can leave immediately. I don't want any trouble. I like animals, and I'm really good with animals. And I saw yours, and I was curious. But if you need me to go, I can.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm fucked, boy.
This is why a Delchi should have gone. Oh, wait, he's an orc. What am I talking about? Damn, son.
18.
He kind of eyes you, and he lowers the crossbow a little bit. Not so much, he doesn't put it away, but it's no longer pointed at you, and he's eyeing you with a little bit less suspicion. They're good cows, aren't they?
Can I? I'm gonna walk over a little bit and just ask if I can pet.
He kind of eyes you, and he goes, and one of the smaller ones, a little furry cow, comes trotting over, and he kind of ruffles the hair, and it butts its head up against the fence and lets you pet its head.
Yeah,
This is so
I'm
wholesome.
totally gonna. I'm gonna do it. I have. I'm gonna cast. What is it? Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Are you gonna kill a cow?
What's wrong with you?
Nope. I'm going to cast Primal Connection.
Oh, nice. Oh, right. Sorry,
Casting
I just
animal
remembered some shit.
friendship with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna, make it my friend. And it has a wisdom saving throw of
Dude, I thought he was about to nuke a cow. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Like you're about to murder a fuzzy cow. What is wrong with you? Fucking a cow.
fucking nuke a cow. Yeah, I don't know what my DC is. Hold on. 14.
Not cow
Yes.
stat in the book, apparently.
What?
I know. I think
Use-
there's a
use-
giant cow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm petting, and I am very happy right now.
You did not save with a 13. So what is your primal connection?
I think it's just, hold on.
Pulling it up here.
It's animal friendship, essentially.
The cow is just content and letting you pet him and scratch him behind his ears, and it seems like it's a happy cow.
What is happening right now?
Yeah.
Becoming
For the
one with
Emperor!
Yeah, basically it just sees and hears me. And it knows I mean it no harm. So yeah, while I'm petting the cow that is now very happy with me, I will just ask the orc if he's seen anybody passing through here recently in the last 2 days.
Well, there's all kinds of people that travel on the road. And he's seeing that the cow likes you, he has significantly let down his guard. Like he's put his crossbow away on his back. He's let down his guard significantly. Well, there's always people that pass by on the road. There's not many that come down here. Got a pretty good reputation about being fiercely protective of these guys. As he says that, one of the cows kind of comes over and, like, headbutts him a little bit, and he just, ruffles his head. But,
Have you seen a dragonborn pass through recently?
no. None that have come down here, anyway. Sometimes there's travelers, but most of the time they leave. I haven't seen any dragonborns lately. Why, you looking for one?
We're tracking a couple of people who caused trouble in Cheville, and we've been asked to track them. I've got friends at the end of the road. I figured this probably wouldn't be good to come up with a bunch of people, so.
I probably would have shot you.
Yeah, well, glad you didn't. But if you haven't seen anything, do you have any horses for sale, or know anybody that may have horses for sale in the area?
Well, I don't have any horses. I just take care of these guys. Gestures to his cows. But if you head down the road a little bit there, you might be able to find someone. I don't know how many of those farmers have horses to sell, but some of them might, I guess. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of horses myself.
With beautiful animals like these, I can understand why. I appreciate your time, and I'm just gonna give him like a gold piece, and I'll be on my way.
should ride the cow.
It would be him. It would be him. All right. So yeah, gave him a gold piece, and I'm gonna walk.
Well, thank you for this. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help.
Your time is help enough.
And he just goes back to tending to his cattle as soon as you leave. Seems like he was a nice enough guy as long as you don't mess with his cows.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the guys and let them know that there was a farmer. I'm not going to say that he was an orc. Just gonna
Why
say that he was
not?
a farmer, and he had the most adorable cows, and that he didn't see anything, that we can continue about our way.
He doesn't see race like you do.
He's
Heresy.
colorblind.
Damn greenskins.
You had to.
So yeah, we'll continue about our way. I'll let them know that I did ask about horses and what he told us about it. Can you guys use anything but dice tray?
I just know everyone's looking at it.
Oh,
Alright, so we're just making our way back along the road.
Yeah.
if that's what you guys are doing,
That's what we're doing.
all right. We will say, for the sake of brevity, you guys spend the next several days traveling until you hit a crossroads. And this is not the kind of crossroads that you guys encountered the last time. Instead, it's like the actual road forks, the proper path. It forks heading kind of northeast or loosely northwest.
Do I know if there are towns in either direction?
There are towns in both directions. The town heading to the northeast is Thardor, which is the second largest city in the country. And the town to the northwest is Doral, which is kind of a smaller shipping city that brings in goods from other countries across the sea into the country.
Now, does everybody know this, or just I know this?
You've all lived in the country for a while. You all probably know the towns in the country, and generally where they are. So I would say everyone knows this.
Okay.
I'd say we go to the shipping. Might be able to find some better resources out there, and
But if
More
that's not
people
where they
can-
are, then we'll be behind.
yes, but sometimes you have to take.
Cracker, what are your thoughts?
I mean, even if we're behind, we can get horses and maybe make better time. I don't know. Can I look and God, it'd probably be a high DC, but is there any chance that I'm able to try to track this and see if I can catch even a glimpse of a
Go ahead and make a survival check. I will warn you the DC is going to be pretty high. Go ahead and make a survival check.
19?
You're not quite sure. You are able to pick out individual footprints this time as you kind of lean down and look closely at the gravel and the dirt road. But it's been long enough since you've seen the footprints that you're not 100% sure. You can't be certain which way they went.
I'll defer to the group on this one, guys. I'm just not. I can't pick up anything here.
I think we should go to the capital. It's or not the capital, the larger city. It's what they're looking for is probably there. But that's
I was
my
thinking the
opinion.
same.
Yes, but if there's more people at the largest city, we could just get swamped and never find out any more information.
That doesn't mean they're not there.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're not at the smaller city.
Well, I mean, we could have this argument all day, guys, but
Well, it's a 2-on-1 on undecided. So Mavlis, it's yours either the tiebreaker or the tie maker.
I say we go with the two and go to the larger city.
All right.
We can try to track it from there, and
Plus, with
Yeah.
my senses and his tracking, it'll be easier to narrow it down, even if there's a large populace.
True.
Yeah.
So I guess we're going to the big city.
Yep.
Alright. As you guys turn and start heading northeast, farther into the land of the country, the temperature does start to dip a little bit as you're heading quite a bit farther north. Not so much that you don't necessarily need a thicker cloak, but it's starting to get a little bit chilly, and you think snow might be in the near future up here. You spend the next day and a half or so of travel before you catch your first signs of the city. And it's probably 5 times as large as Chaville, the last city that you were in.
Damn, son.
It's backed up against the side of the Volthar Peaks as kind of an easy defense mechanism, as there's not much north of the Volthar Peaks.
I don't know if it was mentioned. Is there a wall?
There is not a wall, but there are guard towers that are posted. 2
Right.
very tall, large guard towers that are posted, and it appears to be a small group of guards that are just keeping a casual eye on the entrance to the city.
Much like the rest, is this also a very religious place?
Most of the country is relatively religious.
So again, is my sort of armor and look instantly recognizable to them?
Definitely. Especially, the problem is that the farther north that you go, especially traveling any farther north than Thardor, the Empire's reach is less significant. And you know from what you've heard that rumors of rebellion, it's happening up north, primarily.
I've heard more than rumors, brothers.
However, there doesn't seem to be any particular amount of defense set up. It doesn't look like war is about to break out. And really, all that you've heard has been rumors of some disgruntled members of the Empire who are speaking about potentially rising up against the crown if their needs are not met.
Right.
But as you arrive in the town, it's a huge city. More on the scale of New York than LA as far as it's tall.
Oh, and
rather
super
than
dense?
spread out. Yeah. Super dense. The buildings, have you guys seen the Les Mis movie?
No.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Imagine those buildings. Like, they're
Okay.
kind of ramshackled, like, you're kind of worried that they might fall over at any second, but
Right, yeah.
the time. It's a fairly sprawling, even for being tall and dense, it's a large city. And as you arrive, instantly, you realize that there may be a few more people here than you had hoped to search through. But still, this was the path that you chose to take, and that is where we will pick up next time.
Ah, yes.
Ah. Ah.
Fuck.
Told
Well,
you. Told you.
Told you so. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Next time on.
Oh my god.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Hunters of Chor.